Hello everyone and welcome back to 27 Fox Place. If you're new here, my name is Randy and I make videos for cleaning and organizing motivation. And there are days when I'm motivated to get a lot of cleaning done around the house, and there are days when all I manage to get done are the daily tasks. And today I have a few things on my list to get ready for the week ahead, but getting the house tidy and making the bed are tasks that I just do automatically.
I was on a plane to California. I had all the time I'd ever need. Did you even know I was looking for you? I think that I was hiding in between. How long did you wait for me? How long did you really need? Got here, take me to the only place I know. Listen to the people that I found there. If you ever see her, let me know. How long did you wait for me? Oh yeah. How long did you really need?
I try to fold one load of laundry a day, and I separate the clothes into darks, colors, and whites, and we have a day for sheets and blankets. And we wear a lot of dark colors, so we typically have more than one load of dark colors to do a week. And I like to use the ironing board as a folding table when I have a lot of things to fold, because I can adjust the height to a comfortable level so that I don't have to hunch over, which is much easier on my back. And I normally wouldn't pull down the ironing board for just a few things, but I have shirts that I need to iron today, and I have a load of laundry that I need to set up to wash so that I can fold them tomorrow. But since I don't have any laundry to fold today, it's the perfect opportunity to catch up with the ironing.
Brand new street and brand new me, side by friends I need. Don't you tell me that you're in town, I already know. Couple days ago, hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence so loud. I wish, oh I wish, I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could do something that will make sense. I wish I would know what you're thinking about. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. Saw you now. Dreams might turn into something real. Don't you give me that look, take a bow, already know. Now you gotta go. Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out.
And ironing is my least favorite task, so I try to avoid buying fabrics that require ironing. But the sun has been hiding behind the clouds most days, which has been keeping the temperatures in the upper 60s, and when the sun does make an appearance, it climbs up into the 80s. So I've been dressing in layers, and I like to layer button downs for this type of weather, but I have a few that need to be ironed before I can wear them. And it's easy enough to fold the laundry in the mornings, but I just don't have the extra time to iron something to wear when I'm getting dressed in the mornings. So I need to get these shirts ironed and put away so that I can wear them.
Hey, what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one?
I have a routine for just about everything, but when it comes to ironing, I just haven't found a way to keep up, and I don't have a lot that needs to be ironed. And even though I know it would be easier to iron 1 or 2 things a week, I still always end up putting off the ironing until I'm completely out of things to wear.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. beyond all. A bigger scale the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond hope. Dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond hope.
I like to set up a load of laundry to wash the following day, and I use the delay feature on the washer so that I can transfer the laundry straight over to the dryer first thing in the morning. And because I don't have to wait for the clothes to wash in the mornings, I have enough time to fold a load of laundry in the morning before work.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave.
This blanket is made of a faux fur material that needs to air dry, and I washed it the day before and hung it up to dry, but I like to use the no heat setting on the dryer to fluff it up before I fold it and put it away.
That our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal.
I try to clean out the lint screen after every use, and clearing the lint helps to reduce the dry time and save on energy costs. But excessive lint buildup is a fire hazard, so I try to clean the dryer vent at least once a month, and it only takes a few minutes to clean out the lint trap, and I use a brush that can reach inside the dryer and loosen up the lint that sticks to the sides, and then I use a vacuum just to clean up anything that falls inside. And then once a year we clean the duct that runs from behind the dryer to the outside of the house, and I'll add a link to that video in the description box if you want to know more about that.
I would give it all away to do it all again. Make another story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive. Looking in your eyes, I just wanna love you till the day I die.
And when I clean out the dryer vent, I clean the lint screen, and most of the time I just use a vacuum to clean out the lint screen, but today I'm just using a paintbrush to gently brush away the lint.
Oh, love it till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. Oh, oh.
I don't think it's possible to actually get ahead of housework. Laundry is a daily task that can't be done until there's actually dirty clothes to wash, but I always try to get the laundry folded and put away before I have another load of laundry that needs to be folded. But life happens and I don't always get everything done, but it does help to start the week with everything put away, because mornings are hectic enough without having to run around searching for something to wear. Having clean clothes put away and ready to wear just makes everything a little bit easier in the morning.
Close your eyes. Get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my
chest. I know you've had a really bad day, but I'm right here, it's gonna be okay.
The dishwasher has to be emptied sometime during the day, so I always try to empty the dishwasher before the dishes have a chance to pile up in the sink. And I try to run the dishwasher after dinner so that I can unload the dishwasher first thing in the morning. And that way the dishes go straight into the dishwasher during the day instead of piling up in the sink, but it's not always full enough to run in the evening. So after we loaded up the dishwasher this morning after breakfast, it was too full to load up the dishes for another meal, but it wasn't quite full enough to run. So we added a few things from around the kitchen so that we could run it.
I understand. I know it hurts. It wasn't fair. It's over now, so don't despair. The world could fall down and it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. All the blue skies make gray. We're gonna be okay. The world could fall down and it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out and we're gonna be okay. All the blue skies make gray. We're gonna be okay.
Coffee tastes much better when it's freshly ground, and it's cheaper if we buy the coffee beans in bulk. So to keep the beans fresh, we started vacuum sealing the beans in smaller portions that we can use up in a week.
There is a life I live in the city, a room to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. If I could take you back to my youth and show you what I wish I knew.
We have cyclamen and an orchid in this window, and I try to let them dry out between waterings, and when the potting material is dry, the water runs straight through without getting absorbed, so I let them soak in a sink full of water. And I try to remember to check the plants once a week, and I usually try to water the plants when I clean the shelves, but that doesn't always happen, and they end up going without water longer than they should.
Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back.
I really don't know much about orchids. I started with 3 of them, and this is the only one that I have left, and I really wasn't sure if I could fix it or not. The bottom half of this orchid is completely dead, but it still has healthy roots at the top part, so I wanted to try and repot the orchid so that it sits lower in the pot. And I had planned on using the same pot, but when I pulled it out, there were so many healthy roots that it does need a much bigger pot, but this is the only one I have for now, so I had to get it back into the pot until I can find a replacement.
If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. 'Cause honestly, I don't have no time to waste. I'm trying to come back to you because now I see we were meant.
This orchid is finished blooming and the remaining blooms are about ready to fall off in the next day or two, so I'm just going to cut the bloom stalks back to the base of the plant, and hopefully I'll get a better show the next time it blooms.
Where are you now? Heard you live far away, but just tell me where and I'll come see ya. 'Cause I'm afraid that I'll end up here alone. Hope you'll understand how much I need ya. Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid, 'cause all we had was us. If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. 'Cause honestly, I don't have no time to waste. I'm trying to come back to you because now I see we were meant to be.
I always spot clean the table after we eat, but once a week I try to wipe down the entire table, and I take everything off the table, shake out the table runner, and wipe down the candlesticks, and then I refill the napkin holders if it needs it, and I try to fit this in wherever I can, and since I don't have a lot to do today, this seemed like as good a time as any.
Saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you.
It's been cold and cloudy, and we haven't seen much of the sun in weeks, and even though we haven't been able to spend any time out here, I still try to keep the patio clean every week, because keeping the patio clean helps to keep the dirt from getting trapped inside the house, and the patio will be clean if the sun ever does come back out.
What it's like from the other side. Would you stay another night? 'Cause I don't know you, but I want to get to know
And that's all for today. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications before you go. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.